What is going on, everyone? This is King Kong 9100 and I'm back with yet another video. And today we're going to be discussing the Monsterverse, specifically King Ghidorah. Now, the reason we're discussing Ghidorah is because I've been hearing a lot of talk about Ghidorah getting his own solo film. Now, personally, my thoughts on this are that we should not get a King Ghidorah solo film. And the reason is because there's two or three reasons. The first one is that King Ghidorah, you can't get a lot of story out of him. In the Toho films, he really served no purpose other than being the villain. Getting out there, getting onto Earth from space, fighting Godzilla, and either retreating or dying in battle. That was his main purpose. And I'm pretty sure it was the same in the Mothra films, even though I haven't watched the Mothra films, but I know for a fact Ghidorah comes back as a villain frequently. But yeah, Ghidorah serves no purpose other than being a villain. And this leads into my second reason. The fact that he's going to be in Godzilla King of the Monsters in 2019. When he's in that movie, he's going to have to die in that movie. Because if you have King Ghidorah not die, then the audience is going to feel very... They're not going to have that sigh of relief. As in, oh, thank God the threat has been dismantled, it's just destroyed, it's gone. Yeah, 2019 in Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla has to kill King Ghidorah. And when I see this happen, I want Godzilla and King Ghidorah to both be extremely weak. After Rodan and Mothra help Godzilla and they get defeated, they don't die, but they're extremely wounded. I want Godzilla to be pretty much half dead by the time he kills Ghidorah. I want him to barely be able to walk. The last thing he does, you can have him stomp on one of Ghidorah's heads since he has those Bronto feet. That's a term I heard reading Toho Kingdom. He has you know how he has the Brontosaurus feet. He should use those to his advantage and definitely stomp on Ghidorah's heads. There's many ways he can kill Ghidorah or take off one of the heads. Fire atomic breath to the base of the neck and then pulling the rest of the head off. Stomping on the other head, and in the middle you could have like a mix of biting it. You could have Godzilla bite Ghidorah by the base of the neck, and as he reaches over his head to tear off Ghidorah's head, he feels something on his spine, and Ghidorah bites it with such force one of Godzilla's spines break, and right at this moment Godzilla unleashes his atomic breath. Ghidorah is done. You can have that, and then right away he passes out. The audience is going to have that sigh of relief where they're going to be like, thank God, finally, Ghidorah died. But if you don't have that sigh of relief and you just have a cool battle, but then Ghidorah retreats into space, like in, I believe, the 1964 film, I forgot the title, Godzilla vs. the Astro Monster. That's the American title. If you have Ghidorah retreat into space, it's pretty much just gonna feel very dull. You know, the movie. You're not gonna have that satisfaction when Ghidorah is killed by Godzilla. Instead, you're just gonna see Ghidorah retreat into space, and immediately the first thought you hear is, "Wait a minute," or the first thought you think is, "Wait a minute, aren't they making Godzilla fight Kong in 2020? Holy shit! That means the King Ghidorah is gonna have to fight those two. So Godzilla and Kong are gonna have to team up. So we're gonna have to worry about the actual battle between those two, and it's just gonna suck because King Kong and Godzilla, they have to stay out of this. That's their own film. Those two monsters they have to be separate. It's a separate story. This is Godzilla's arc in this movie. Because so far, all the Monsterverse has been is set up for sequel and sequel and sequel. They've been setting it up. They haven't been actually telling the story. They have, but, it's kind of, we've had very shit characters, and that's something Monsterverse definitely needs to improve. But we can tell with Kong Skull Island, they've improved with monster action. Now they just have to improve with the character story, and then they perfect blend by the time 2020 rolls around. But in terms of Ghidorah and his solo film, he's going to have to die in 2019 because he's in that film. And it's most likely based around him and the threat that he proposes to mankind. So Godzilla's gonna have to immediately just get rid of Ghidorah, even if it means he dies in battle, which he definitely will not. But yeah, there's basically two reasons. Ghidorah can't carry his own solo film because one, he's a villain, he has no story to tell, and that he serves no other purpose other than being a villain, and two, he's gonna be in Godzilla 2019, so he's gonna have to die, and that's it. Ghidorah's gone. Now, some people have been wanting a Destroy All Monsters film with Ghidorah to be in it, obviously serving the same purpose that he did back in the Destroy All Monsters film in 1969, 1970, I think it came out in. He's gonna have to serve as the big bad. He's the Thanos of the Monsterverse. And yeah, people are like, wait, we want to see Godzilla fight King Ghidorah again, but this time Kong by his side, all the monsters by his side. That's all well and good, but he has to be dead, you know? You can have him retreat into space, but, you're not going to have the satisfaction. Not trying to ramble, that's basically my thoughts on a Ghidorah solo film. I think that he should strictly be in Godzilla 2019, and in the same movie he's introduced, he should die. Sounds crazy, but, there it is. You can have him be an extreme threat. He easily wipes out monsters and islands and cities. And then Godzilla comes in, and, just like that, it's over, Well, not just like that. Obviously, extremely bloody, gory, sick battle between Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, all of them versus King Ghidorah. And by the end of the battle, Ghidorah will be missing two heads. Well, all his heads, actually. Part of his wings, maybe a tail and a leg. Not like the whole entire leg or tail, but huge chunks of his body should be missing. And yeah, that's my thoughts on the Ghidorah solo film. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. This is King Kong 9100 signing out. See ya.